Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build a WordPress website from scratch, step by step. You don't need any technical experience, no history with WordPress. Whether you're creating a personal blog, business site, or something completely custom, by the end of this video, you'll have your very own WordPress website. So first things first, you have to choose a domain name and hosting. So a domain name is like www.thinktutorial.com. or whatever your URL is, and then hosting is the service that you're going to use to host all of your files and database and backup and things of that nature. I recommend Hostinger, which is the site that you see me on here. If you use my link, it will help me out, but you will get a free domain name as well as 20% off your hosting plan, which is a great deal. So once you sign up, use the link there and go ahead and click the button that says claim domain because you are going to get a free domain name. So go ahead and do that now. The next thing you want to do is just make sure that your domain name is available. And also don't forget to click the drop-down menu here to make sure you're selecting whatever you want the ending to be. So for me, I want it to be .com. So dustysdesk.com. Go ahead and click the button that says check availability. And then it should say domain is available if it is, and it should tell you that you are not paying for the first year because it's free. And then you go ahead and click the button that says claim domain. Once you've done that, it'll take you to basically your domain's dashboard. So it'll finish the registration. It could take up to a couple of minutes, and then you're going to see all of the information we need to start the WordPress website. The next thing you're going to want to do is create your website. So once you're here under domain overview, make sure you have your domain selected. Right here where it says create your website, there should be a button that says get hosting or create website right here. Click that button right next to it and go ahead and fill out the form here to let them know exactly what you want to do. Go ahead and tell them you want to create a website. We want it to be WordPress, just like so, and then go ahead and hit next. Login details. This needs to be the details whenever you're logging into the back end of WordPress. So just make sure you write this down somewhere. And then when you get here, you want to go to pre-built websites and themes, and then you want to go to next. And then you can see that we have a couple of pre-built websites. Now, these are themes that will automatically be installed to the back end of your WordPress site. If you wanted to, you could go back here and go to create a blank site. And then you go ahead and type in the domain name. As you can see, we already own the one that we claimed earlier. And then go ahead and click the button that says Install WordPress. Click on Install WordPress. It'll take a few minutes, but once it's done, it's done. And then you can automatically go into the back end of WordPress and start building and constructing your site. Once you're done, it will automatically take you to the back end of WordPress. So because I'm using Hostinger, these are just some tutorials that they have for us here. So what you want to do now is on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the information needed here within WordPress. So let's go to our dashboard. Just click on dashboard here, and it's just going to tell you a little bit about WordPress, what version you're running, but we need to go ahead and set up all of the WordPress basics. So the dashboard, as you can see here, this is where you go to add posts, as you see here, to your website. This is where you go to add pages. All of the things that you're going to want to do are going to be done here on the back end of WordPress. First things that we want to do is we want to install a theme to our WordPress site just to show how it's going to look to the world when they come to our URL. So if we go here to Appearance and then go to Themes, as you can see, there's only a few themes that are pre-installed to WordPress. These are going to be kind of yearly, and they're going to be based on whatever year that we're currently in. What you want to do is you want to go to Add New Theme by clicking this button here, or Add New Theme up here where the button is. This is where you can go and look at all of the pre-built themes that are provided by WordPress. Now, I will tell you that there are premium themes out there. Like for me, I use a theme on my main website called Divi, D-I-V-I. It just makes the building process of the pages on WordPress just a bit easier, but you don't have to purchase a premium theme. So find a theme that you like. So let's say we like this one here called Hybrid Mag. Go ahead and go to Details and Preview, and it'll show you exactly kind of what that's going to look like over on the right. And then you can click the Install button here, or you can go back to where you see it in the list here and go to Install. Now, once it's installed, that doesn't mean that your site's automatically going to have that theme. So what we need to do is go back to Appearance over here, and now you'll see that we installed this one here. We want to make this active, so we'll click the Activate button here. And now whenever you go to your website, so if we click up here, hover over our URL, go to Visit Site, you should see now that theme is indeed installed. So if you're ever viewing what your site looks like live to the world like we are here, you can see if you're logged into WordPress by these little options above here. If we just click on the WordPress icon here, it's going to take us right back to our dashboard. Now, the first thing that you're going to probably want to do is create a homepage. So once we have a theme installed on how we want our website to look, we want to go to Pages right here and then go to Add New Page. WordPress works with what they call the block editor. So a block editor allows you to go here and click the addition symbol to add a block. So if you've ever worked with software like Notion, it's kind of similar to that, to where you can go and you can browse all and you can see all of these different types of blocks that you can add. So let's just say we wanted to add a heading to the top of our homepage here. We can do that by clicking and adding that block. And then over here, we can just go ahead and type in whatever we want that, heading to say, and then we can give our site page a title. Now, once you've done that, you can then go to click add another block, and then you can say add an image. So we can add an image here. You can insert it from your computer by uploading it here, or you can go to your media library and find the files that you've already uploaded. Or you could even insert from a URL if that's what you want to do. So I went ahead and added an image to my homepage here. Now, once you get done and you type in your text and you have your images and things of that nature, you then want to go up here and publish. Anything that you want to go live on your website will then need to be published by clicking this blue button in the upper right-hand corner. If you don't want it to go live just yet, you can go to Save Draft. And if you want to preview, you click on Preview here, and it will take you and show you exactly what that's going to look like on your home page. So let's go ahead and publish. So we'll click on Publish, and then we'll go to Publish once more. And as you can see, that's been published. We can go to View Page. That's what the home page looks like currently. So we'll click on the WordPress logo to go back to our dashboard. Now, you're going to notice that when I go to my URL, so if I go here to my homepage, it's not my homepage. How do we set that as our homepage? Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to Settings, and then you want to go to Reading. And then once here under Reading, you should say your homepage displays, and then right now it's set to your latest post. If we want to make it a static page that we just created, we'll click on a static page, and then right here where it says Homepage, click the drop down. We already titled it Home, and then go ahead and go to Save Changes. So now when someone goes to our URL, the homepage will be set to the one that we just created. All right, now let's go into Settings. And under General Settings, let's take a look at the different options that we have. We have Site Title, so this is our site title here. If you wanted to change that, you could do so by just going here and changing our site title. And then you can go ahead and give it a tagline. Once you've given it a tagline, you have a site icon. The site icon is what I used to call a favicon. Or when you go to a URL, this is what shows as the little tiny image next to the browser tab or whatever browser that you're using. So you can add that there. Just know that it needs to be very small. It needs to be 512 by 512 pixels. You can use Canva or a site like that to create or minimize your logo. Next, you'll have your WordPress and site address. Just leave those alone unless you want to change them. Administration email is what you signed up with. And then everything else here is pretty self-explanatory. The date and time format. This may be something when you're posting a blog or a post, you may want to change the way your date or time shows up or displays, and you can do that by selecting different date and time formats here. Week starts on, you can choose where you want to start the week, and then go ahead and click on Save Changes. Once you've done that, you should see an option here that says Settings Saved. The next thing I would probably do is go to Pages here, where you see the list of pages, and add a few different pages that are probably pretty important, like an About Me page, a contact page, blog page, whatever the main kind of, I guess you would say, skeleton of your site is going to look like. Go ahead and create those pages here. And then the next thing you want to do is go to Post, where you can see a list of all of your posts. Now, currently, you only have probably what the theme added as your only post, but if you want to, you go ahead and select a post here, and then under Bulk Actions, you can move that to the trash, and that will remove and delete that automatic post. Now, when you're ready, you can go to Add New Post, and this is where you'll create your first post to display on your website. Now, posts act as blogs where they will basically display in chronological order, and when we post something as a post, it acts differently than a page. A page is a static thing where you can link to from a main menu or a footer, whereas a post is something that will show up, as you can see here, as different posts. So right here, these are all different posts on my website. When you publish a post like what you see here, if we go here, we'll now see here's post 1. Now, it'll all look different in terms of what your theme is. So for me, this is the post that I just created, and this is what it looks like on the theme that I chose. Now, with you and whatever theme you chose, your post may look slightly different. So as you can see here, mine looks like this, but yours may look slightly different. And here's my homepage. Now, if you wanted to, you could create a number of posts. You could go back here to your post list like you see here and continue adding posts as you go. That's kind of how you're going to add posts. Now, let's talk about plugins. Plugins are going to be the things that you install. So for us, we already have some auto installed from Hostinger, which is our hosting provider, but a couple of ones that I would encourage you to go ahead and install. So if we go here to my main site and we go to my plugins here, I have a couple of ones that I would recommend. This Divi Builder is one that I installed. That's kind of the premium one, so don't worry about that one there. In order to add new plugins, what you would do is you would go to the plugins options here, go to add new plugin, and then find the ones that you want to add. So let's say we want to add this one here, which is an anti-spam or spam protection for comments. This is the one that I would recommend you use. You would go to install now. If you wanted to search for a specific plugin, you go right here where it says search plugins, type in whatever it is. So I would highly encourage you to install a plugin called Lightspeed Cache. It helps you with page speed and optimizing your site and auto caching and gives you the ability to make your site load faster, basically. So then you would go ahead and install that one. Now, what you would then want to do is go to your plugins list where it says installed plugins. And as you can see, the one we just installed is not been activated yet. So we want to click on activate, and that will activate the plugin. Now, all plugins have different back-end things that you have to do. So for this one, the anti-spam for the comment section, you actually have to go to their website, get an API key, and then insert that API key. But once you're ready, as you can see, it's been activated. And if you wanted to deactivate it, you go back to your plugin list and click on deactivate. I wouldn't go ahead and over-install plugins. I have had clients that install a ton of plugins. It bogs down their site. There's a couple that I would recommend. I like SiteKit by Google because it gives you the really good look at the Google Analytics. I use a couple of other ones for my builder. I use the spam protection for comments. Now that you're ready to go, you go to your dashboard. You can always customize your dashboard, by the way, by moving the different things around. There's different boxes here that you can go. And you can always go back and edit posts that you've already posted. So like this post here, I can hover over it, go to edit, and I can make some changes to it. The one thing that I want to show you is you can add a featured image to every post. So I can click on featured image. I can choose an image that I've already uploaded or upload files like I showed you earlier, set that as my featured image. And then when you're ready to go, you can view that post. And now that post has a featured image when it shows up kind of here on the home page. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Once everything looks good and functions well, test everything out, go ahead and launch and promote your site, and you're good to go. If you have any further questions, put those down below. Don't forget to check out Hostinger for a free domain name and 20% off hosting. And I will see you guys in the next video.